Okay, check it. It's on my side. No, it's not. No, if it takes about. Okay, it's on my side now. Good morning.
Yes. On my side. No, it's not. It's about. It is.
It is. Okay. It was that OBS. So sorry. I was using the OBS this morning to play some music. I remind our viewers that we're coming up in 30 minutes, and I think he was picking it up afterwards. So anyway, we have to run. Thank you so much for joining us once again. My name is Mona Chimsaga, and I reside here in Houston, Texas, and I have my sisters with me today who are going to introduce themselves. Sisters.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Augusta Masika. I reside in Richmond, Texas, and as usual, we're here to open our minds to new ideas. Thank you for joining me.
Yes,
and good morning, my people. My name is Ebuta Simon Okube, Lexington, Kentucky. Before we go on, I want to send out a disclaimer that this is an adult show. That means 18 and above. But even if you're 50 or 60, but you still reason like a child, this show might not be for you. If you're a professor, a doctor, engineer, or any high-profile degree that you think you have, but somehow you're not able to reason, like have common sense to reason properly, this show might not be for you. If in your village, women are not allowed to own an opinion, let alone express it, our show is not for you. But if you are somebody that you love truth and you want to stand on truth, you don't like Nigeria, you don't like the state of things in Nigeria, and you want a nation that is better than Nigeria, no matter your tribe, no matter your academic qualification, no matter your religion, we say you can be a partner, and we invite you for this discussion today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sister. Thank you so much. What a wonderful disclaimer. We are very serious. The lives of our children depend on us being serious and getting where we need to get faster. We all understand that good strategy helps tremendously in attaining any kind of goal. When you put an effective strategy together, it takes wisdom. Of course, the kind of wisdom that comes from God. Lately, we have been seeing the ugly, selfish result of false wisdom by some group of unscrupulous individuals parading as freedom fighters. They fight, they covet, and they speak evil about other people, even including churches. They want things their way, and they are looking for answers in the wrong places. They criticize others doing good work, showing us they are not interested in moving forward. Every time they open their mouth, they are slandering others and seems more interested in building their status than in helping build our nation. We are calling them and us to humility today. Humility is an accurate understanding of our place in regards to God, an essential element in getting us where we need to go. For humility to take part, there's a prayer associated with it. Not the kind of prayer that some of us are praying. When we ask, we do not receive because we ask wrongly. We ask with selfish motives. We ask as if God's role is to be a benefactor, benevolent benefactor, and assuming that he will give us whatever we ask for. That's if we even bother to ask. We must humble ourselves and admit where we have fallen short and that our work is done to receive God's grace. When you are in a position of leadership, you are there to serve others. And serving others meaning doing whatever it takes for the betterment of those that you serve. And this should not be done for you to get praise, but rather to show God's love. Our brother Tony is an example of that. This man worked fervently without holding it or lording it over our people. Like we said last week, he is very instrumental in getting the executive order signed on behalf of persecuted Christians. We should pray that some freedom fighters don't go and ruin it for us by making mockery of this monumental move that we are supposed to benefit from. But of course, again, it wouldn't be the first time that they truncated the work that is being done for our freedom. However, we must continue because the lives of our children depends on it. Today, we are going to take a deeper dive into the United States Executive Order on Advancing International Religious Freedom. The current Constitution of the United States gives the President of America the authority to issue this order in certain situations or circumstances. This will enable him to act fast in times of emergency like war, matters that affect national security of America. It is also a directive that manages the operation of the federal government when this kind of situation arises. It stipulates how to, when to, also allows the executive to use his discretion to enforce the law and acts, as well as manage resources and staff meant for that assignment. The LNC and its MNNN alliance partners are confident that this executive order has set the stage for the resolution of the very complex situation that we have in that country called Nigeria. Sister Augusta is going to start by reading some of the wordings, and then we'll come in to comment on it. So, Sister Augusta, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is the executive order on advancing international religious freedom. And this is endorsed or signed by the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Okay, I'm just going to read as follows. It has about 8 sections. So everybody listen. By the authority vested in me as President by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered as follows. Section 1, Policy. A, religious freedom, America's first freedom, is a moral and national security imperative. Religious freedom for all people worldwide. It's a foreign policy priority of the United States. And the United States, with respect and vigorously promote this freedom. As stated in the 2017 National Security Strategy, our founders understood religious freedom not as a creation of the state, but as a gift of God to every person and a right that is fundamental for the flourishing of our society. B, religious communities and organizations and other institutions of civil society are vital partners in United States government efforts to advance religious freedom around the world. It is the policy of the United States to engage robustly and continually with civil society organizations, including those in foreign countries, to inform United States government policies, programs, and activities related to international religious freedom. Section 2, prioritization of the international religious freedom. Within 180 days of the date of this order.
180 days.
Yes.
6 months, okay?
Yeah, this was, I think it was on June the 2nd, I believe, of 2020. So between 180 days of that, the Secretary of State shall, in consultation with the Administrator of the United States Agency of International Development, USAID, develop a plan to prioritize international religious freedom in the planning and implementation of United States foreign policy and in the foreign assistance programs of the Department of State and USAID. Section 3, foreign assistance funding for international religious freedom. The Secretary shall, in consultation with the Administrator of USAID, budget at least $50 million per fiscal year for programs that advance international religious freedom to the extent feasible and permitted by law and subject to the availability of appropriations. Such programs shall include those intended to anticipate, prevent, and respond to attacks against individuals and groups on the basis of their religion. Let me read that again. Such programs shall include those intended to anticipate, prevent, and respond to attacks against individuals and groups on the basis of their religion, including programs designed to help ensure that such groups can probably preserve as distinct communities or I don't know what if it's a topic. It said it's past serve, I don't know, as distinct communities to promote accountability for the perpetrators of such attacks, to ensure equal rights and legal protection for individuals and groups, regardless of belief. To improve,
Perceived.
sorry, maybe it's perceived, yeah, as distinct communities. That's what I'm thinking, yeah. So to improve the safety and security of houses of worship and public spaces for all faiths, and to protect and preserve the cultural heritage of religious communities. Number B of section 3, executive departments and agencies that fund foreign assistance programs shall ensure that faith-based and religious entities, including eligible entities in foreign countries, are not discriminated against on the basis of religious identity or religious belief when competing for federal funding to the extent permitted by law. Section 4, integrating international religious freedom into United States diplomacy. A, the Secretary shall direct chiefs of mission in countries of particular concern, countries on the special watch list, countries in which there are entities of particular concern, and any other countries that have engaged in or tolerated violations of religious freedom, as noted in the annual report on international religious freedom required by Section 102B of the International Religious Freedom Act of 1988, Public Law 105-292, as amended, the Act to develop comprehensive action plans to inform and support the efforts of the United States to advance international religious freedom and to encourage the host government to make progress in eliminating violations of religious freedom. Number B, in meetings with their counterparts in foreign governments, the heads of agencies shall, when appropriate and in coordination with the Secretary, raise concerns about international religious freedom and cases that involve individuals imprisoned because of their religion. C, the Secretary shall advocate for United States international religious freedom policy in both bilateral and multilateral fora when appropriate, and shall direct the administrator of USAID to do the same. So let's explain at least up to section 4 what this is all about and how it affects us back home. Sister Eku, you go.
Okay. If you listen, they said this is a policy. It's something that they will implement, and they've already started implementing it. Anybody that knows anything about America is that before they go public on anything, they would have done 80% of the work. Whenever you hear them go public on something, they've done a lot of underground. And part of that is to declare this thing, that this whole thing going on, this intervention they want to do, it's based on moral grounds and national security. So if they say that their nation is at stake and the security of their nation is at stake, that means it's something they're not playing with. So they want to promote peace and unity. And they said it that for you to, in any society, for you to flourish, for any society to flourish, that society must uphold and promote religious freedom. So it's like my sister Mona said earlier on, anybody trying to say he wants to get you a nation and is not already telling you how he will uphold religious freedom, rather is calling for the death and destruction of some, groups. Oh, it's obvious that person doesn't have a plan to liberate you. That person wants to put you in trouble. So, and they went ahead to say that they're doing this thing they're doing in partnership with other religious groups and organizations, both at home and abroad. So that means they're working in line with churches in Nigeria. Now you go and break a church in Nigeria, it will be instant reports. They will go immediately and say, okay, look, and they say, who did it? They will call the name of the people. So if I know that the action has already started, because they said within 180 days, they didn't say after 180 days. That means within this period that they've started, like we said, that anytime America wants to do something and they tell you, this is the deadline, this is the timeline, they've started. They don't say anything that they've not started working on. So they're already saying that the USAID, that's the United States Agency for International Development, they're working in line with Secretary of State and the Department, State Department of America, to get out a plan that will make international religious freedom a priority. That means in all dealings of America with other nations, that religious freedom will be number one, will be on their top list in anything they're discussing with you. So if they're coming to you, maybe like assistance, foreign assistance programs, or any policy at all they want to have with you, and they're assisting you in one way or the other, religious freedom will be number one they will look into. So whether they're going to give your country visa, going to do anything, maybe visa waiver, whatever it is, the first thing or one of the first things America will look into is religious freedom in your community, religious freedom in your country, in your organization. That is the first thing in anything they want to do with you. Should I continue?
Go ahead.
So they mentioned in section 3, you heard them mention foreign assistance funding, for international religious freedom. That means that they have budgeted money. You remember in some parts before they said that all the money that they used to give to UN, WHO, that they will withdraw all that money. So my guess is that all that money that will withdraw in there, because at the time they also said that they will stop dealing with passing through UN to get to indigenous people, that they will go direct. That whatever money they will give to UN, that they will give it to the indigenous persons direct. Whatever community that is having crisis, they will go direct. America will not go through middlemen, that they will go direct. So they budgeted at least $50 million per year.
That's huge. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Per year. It's not for the entire project. Every year,
yeah.
$50 million will be part of the project that will help them to advance international religious freedom. Already, America believes in religious freedom. So they're not saying they want to push it to the outer world. That any party they're dealing with, any country relating with America, any organization that needs America to help them in any way, you must show that you observe, that you promote, you uphold religious freedom in what you're doing. That's the first step. Because like the time we're telling our people about protocol to get freedom, protocol to get independence, protocol to get international allies. We told you that first of all, you have to declare the territory that you want independence for. And we're telling our people, this is not you. Like you want something to be done for you, but you don't want to follow the rules and regulations. That doesn't make sense to anyone.
Doesn't make sense at all.
So before you approach America, they say, America, help us. Fulanis are killing us. The first thing America will check is, in your organization, do you uphold, promote, and support religious freedom? That's
exactly.
And they've budgeted money to take care of all those things. So they say that they want you, what they want you to do is part of what they will do is that they will anticipate the activities. Like somebody wants to do something, they are watching you because they put Nigeria on special watch list. They are watching. But when they anticipate that you're going to violate some people's religious freedom, they will strike.
They will strike, exactly.
He said they will also prevent. That means they will not wait for you anymore to go and kill 70 Middle Belt Christians before they act. He said when they get their security information that you are about to attack the Middle Belt people, to kill them again, Southern Kaduna, Igbo people, you want to kill them. He said they will come to prevent that attack.
Exactly. Wow.
And we respond very fast. Unlike UN, that we wait
till everybody dies. 70 million will die before they show up.
Exactly. UN, there's so much bureaucracy is going on there.
So that's why America said no more. We're not doing this because we are doing UN. We are giving our money to somebody that is not doing the job the way you should do it.
We are going direct.
We are going direct so that we want results, because if you know anything about America, they don't joke results. When they say they want something, they want to see the result immediately. So they want to work, and they're not saying they won't work with UN if UN is radio, but they're saying this is what we will do. We will anticipate. We will prevent. We will respond fast before anything is done. And he said that is against individuals, groups. So they're not just coming for one person. They're not coming for just, everybody will benefit from this. Anybody that is in line with what they're doing. So they will hold the people that did it accountable. So even if you have done it already, that for any mistake, that maybe that something happened and they missed preventing you and you did it, they will hold you accountable. They will come for you.
They'll come for you.
So they talk about safety and security of houses of worship. You see, that's why we're telling our people attacking churches. America, they said this is what they're doing. They're coming. Are you okay?
Yes, go ahead, yeah.
They will protect and preserve cultural heritages. For those that are born in places, who the major, those that are born in cultural heritage of religious communities. Yes. So, because we're telling our people that this is like two-edged sword.
Exactly.
Something you say, Fulanis are coming to kill us. Boko Haram, they are burning churches. Then you turn around and start burning churches yourself. So it's two-edged sword. What do you
disturbing, or even disturbing a regular mass that is going on, or church services that is going on.
Exactly.
And probably the pastor is preaching and you are shouting, hey, stop, because we want freedom. I mean, that's not civil in the first place.
It's not civil.
It's not civil at all.
And you see, they mentioned it in the article. Say this is for civil organizations.
Civil organizations, exactly.
Are civil. That means organizations that understand the importance of rule of law and are ready to uphold rule of law. No wonder they called our brother Tony Nadi. Because they have been working on this for 21 years and he has been civil. Following laws. That's why and that's what we've done it in this show, where we told our people that these countries have diplomats in your country, that before the news, before you, that you don't have lights to watch news, before you hear the news in your country, they have received it in Washington, and they will give them all the details. So it's not something that you say is until you go to the road and say, take note to. They already know, and they know the truth. So if you are saying that Boko Haram is burning churches in the north, and you turn around and start destroying churches in the south, killing your people, brothers and sisters, you're no more civil. When the hammer comes, it will hit both Fulanis and hit you too.
And yourself, exactly.
And like we said last week, we said when two elephants fight, the grass will suffer. America is coming, not specifically for against us. They are coming looking for terrorists, ISIS. But if you now start behaving like a terrorist yourself, America does not know the difference. You don't say terrorist is a terrorist. Where do you belong to? They will come for you. Simon, are you ready?
No, my sister, you've said it all. You said it all. She can continue reading.
Okay, so let me read section 5. Okay, section 5, training for federal officials. The secretary shall require all Department of State civil service employees in the Foreign Affairs series to undertake training modeled on the international religious freedom training described in section 708A of the Foreign Service Act of 1980. That's the Public Law 96 to 465. As amended by section 103A, number 1 of the Frank R. Wolf International Religious Freedom Act, Public Law 114 to 281. B, within 90 days of the date of this order, the heads of all agencies that assign personnel to positions overseas shall submit plans to the President through the Assistant to the President for National Security Affairs, detailing how their agencies will incorporate the type of training described in section A of this section into the subsection A of this section into the training required before the start of overseas assignment for all personnel who are to be stationed abroad or who will deploy and remain abroad in one location for 30 days or more. C, all federal employees subject to this requirement shall be required to complete international religious freedom training not less frequently than once every 3 years. Section 6, economic tools. The Secretary and the Secretary of the Treasury shall, in consultation with the Assistant to the President for National Security Affairs and through the process described in National Security Presidential Memorandum form of April 4, 2017, Organization of the National Security Council, the Homeland Security Council and subcommittees, develop recommendations to prioritize the appropriate use of economic tools to advance international religious freedom in countries of particular concern, countries on the special watch list. Remember, we always said that Nigeria is already on the special watch list. So Nigeria is part of this thing that they're talking about. Countries in which there are entities of particular concern and any other countries that have engaged in or tolerated violations of religious freedom as noted in the report required by Section 102B of the Act. These economic tools may include, as appropriate and to the extent permitted by law, increasing religious freedom programming, realigning foreign assistance to better reflect country circumstances, or restricting the issuance of visas under Section 604A of the Act. B, the Secretary of the Treasury, in consultation with the Secretary of State, may consider imposing sanctions under Executive Order 13818 of December 2017, blocking the property of persons involved in serious human rights abuse or corruption, which, among other things, implements the Global Magnitsky Human Rights Accountability Act, Public Law 114-328. Section 7, definitions. For purpose of this order, A, country of particular concern is defined as provided in Section 402B 1A of the Act. B, entity of particular concern is defined as provided in Section 301 of the Frank-Wolf International Religious Freedom Act, Public Law 114281. Special watch list is defined as provided in Section 315 and 402B1 Act, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of legal numbering here. Okay. Then number D, violations of religious freedom is defined as provided in Section 316 of the Act. So then the general provision, which is in Section 8, nothing in this order shall be construed to impair or otherwise affect 1, the authority granted by law to an executive department or agency or the head thereof, or 2, the functions of the director of the office management and budget related to budgetary, administrative, or legislative proposals. B, this order shall be implemented consistent with applicable law and subject to the availability of appropriations. C, this order is not intended to and does not create any right or benefit, substantive or procedural, enforceable at law, on inequity by any party against the United States, its departments, agencies, or entities, its officers, employees, or agents, or any other person. And this is signed by Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States, at the White House on June 2nd, 2020. That is all. Can we dig more into this, Sister Muna? You go.
Right. So thank you so much. I'm so glad, one of the reasons why we take time to read these things that people do not want to read, to understand the elements that this information consists of. And if we don't begin to, like my sister said, follow the rules of law, then we will be endangering our lives for no reason. Here we are talking about the president. He already signed this paper. For all we know, some people are going on air saying all kinds of stuff. But the good news is that this is really for us. If you understand what this is another way, should I call it almost like a covert operation for the world that I am here to save these people. Since we are playing politics, UN will play their own politics. Who again, their name is who, they are not even there. Who is playing politics? They're saying enough of all of this. We are going to bring this thing at the center where the middleman, because the middleman always causes problem. Whenever there's a middleman, either something is lost in translation or it just doesn't get where it's supposed to be. So this is a direct access for them to come and do what they need for our people. We know what has been going on in our land. We know what the Fulanis are doing. And we don't want to be part of that terrorism going on by terrorizing our brothers and sisters, by terrorizing them in church or whatever else that you're doing. And we're saying that if you receive sense, if you begin to receive common sense, you will understand that the work has been done. It's not a matter of going on air and calling people all kinds of names or doing whatever, or challenging your brothers and sisters because they have divergent opinion. But guess what? The rule of the law is in now. If you make the wrong move, you will be gone. You will not be there to receive this so-called country that you're clamoring for. So we're asking you to please open your eyes, shine your eyes. Stop being follow. Start reading information. Start looking at those things that did not make sense to you in the first place. Those things that you wanted to ask, but because of some type of order you could not ask, but you know is the right thing to ask. And by the way, I want to also use this opportunity to remind our people, before I forget, that we are collecting information. We are collecting videos. We are collecting, especially videos. We are collecting testimonies of any group of people parading in our country or in our land as freedom fighting, terrorizing our people. Send it to us. Our lawyers want to get that. Send those information to us. We've given you guys our email, biafranwomen@gmail.com. You can send it by WhatsApp. Any means that you can send us those terrorist activities going on, please send it to us because something is about to go down. Hurry up and send it to us. Make sure that when you're giving your testimonies that you are not in a noisy place so we can understand what you're saying. Be factual. We need date, time about things when it's happening. We need names, not Onye Dota. Call them by their full names so that we will know who we are dealing with. So these things will help us. Thank God for this new law that came out. And we are telling you the work is done. Our people, our brother Tony Nadi, has been going on that ground, doing things for us. Some people didn't want to give him credit because he's not, what is it called? He's not commanding 5 million armies. By the way, you don't even need 5 million people to get some of these things done. It's even better that you do it just by yourself, because the more you bring useless people and their mama, people that understand what we are doing and what you're not doing, they will come there and cause confusion. So sometimes these things are even better to go underground by just few people that understand what we're trying to do and move. But no, our people are so emotional. They think he's the one that is so, how should I say it? Yakashi is the one that will do it for them. And we're telling you, this work needs a gentleman attitude. And a gentleman attitude is what landed us with this new declaration now by Trump. And we're telling you, as crazy as this man may seem to some of you, he may be the one that will give us Biafra. And we're asking you, if a crazy man gives you the country you're looking for, wouldn't you take it? Would he say, oh, I'm not going to take Iberekri because you're a crazy man? No. No, because the same people has been, the Obama was there for so many years. We voted for him. We campaigned for him. We sold, I even broke my shoulder for his wife. For real, this shoulder pain that I'm having because of Michelle Obama. We did it all for them. What did they do? They paid us back by putting Jubril, or whatever you guys want to call him, putting him in charge. That's how the so-called good people did it to us. And this man has done more than any of these other presidents that I know of, because they're busy playing politics with our lives. Clinton was there when they went to kill people in Rwanda because they were busy investing in all the resources in their land. When people were started seeing dead bodies all over the place, then they landed as Jesus to come and stop it. The same thing. So thank God for this act, where we are not going to wait for you to go through your UMBS. We are not going to wait for you to go through your WHO BS. That we are saying, if any wrong move or moves are made against Christians or religious freedom, we will come and intervene immediately on our own. I mean, what other powerful statement do you want? What other powerful statement do you want? You listen to propaganda on the air all the time and you're clapping and all happy, and then somebody has actually given you something tangible that we have not gotten all along. And like we said last week, these are the recommendations that our brother made when he took our brothers and sisters that are being killed in that contraption. These are based on the recommendation that he made, that all these things are happening, putting the Cattle Republic on watch list, putting now bringing this declaration. And we want to give him credit. No, we're playing politics. Some of us will call him on the phone, take some of his information and go and present it as his own. Some of them would even have the audacity not to even mention his name.
Someone like Joseph Okechukwu that is always plagiarizing.
My
Joseph
dear.
Okechukwu, stop plagiarizing this work. Give him credit. It won't take anything away from you. Don't tell me that Holy Spirit came from somewhere and administer something to you. No. We are done with all that that rubbish. Tell us where you got your information from. Everything we've ever read on this page, we have always acknowledged where we got the information from. Joseph Okechukwu, stop using Tony Nadi as your stepping tool to get crowd. You want to get crowd. What do you need crowd for?
Sister Augusta, that's typical of African men. And we're telling them, African men will always deceive you guys. The African men will always, because they don't have the truth at heart. They never have the truth at heart. And that's why we are all over the place, struggling. And I'm not saying that I am the savior, but I'm telling you, if not for anything, I'm working from a place of truth.
Exactly.
I'm working from a place of truth, knowing that my children's life will depend on getting this thing right. A lot of our men don't think that way. They are thinking, how can I, because this guy called Okechukwu, did he say he's a movie star? I've never seen any of his movie.
Nah, I don't even watch.
So, and now he's thinking that he's going to be a leader. What? Lead who? For the Fulanis. Who are you going to lead? Whatever you call yourself. Please don't get it twisted. We need to get things going the right way. We need to say sorry when we need to say sorry. We need to say forgive me when we need to say forgive me. We need to be upright in what we are doing so that we can get home sooner. Because the more you slander against your brothers and sisters, the more you steal your brothers and sisters' information and present it as your own, and then you get stuck when you finish that one that you stole. You don't know how to move anymore. So you begin to have emergency outbursts.
No, automatic outbursts.
Automatic outbursts. Because you don't know when you steal stuff, that's how it is. But if you came from me, because I know you come from me, I will get some more because I am the vessel where you came from. But if you stole that 1 point I gave you, you will be stopped because it's not your job. You also have to consider the fact that your work may be done. Whatever you're doing, your work may be done. And be humble enough to say, hey, I have done my part. You guys continue and finish up. I have done my part. And there is nothing wrong with it. It does not make you a bad person at all. Is that the humility of God that we're talking about? When your work is done, when you know you can no longer give, you help your brothers and sisters and propel them to finish the job. This is not about anybody. We are not trying to be the Lord and the Savior. We're not trying to be the supremo or the leader. No. We are just merely mothers saying that when our son finishes college, we are ready for them to get married and give us grandkids. When our son finishes college, we need them to get a job and be able to sustain their own family. We want to say that when our daughters are ready, we don't want them to be sleeping in a hotel just for them to buy deodorant.
Ew.
This is why these things are important to us. We are not trying to lead you. We're not trying to collect money and go and use it to collect 20 girlfriends or boyfriends. All we want is for things to be done the right way. For our daughters and sons to have the best opportunity and be able to compete on international stage. But people are just playing politics, and we're telling you the job, it has already begun. What you should be asking yourself now, so this is where my brother stopped. Is there anything I can do then to finish the journey? Not for you to backtrack and start destroying things or going back so that the focus will be just on you when our people are dying. Yesterday, they showed the body of a woman that was cut up like meat. I didn't even see the head. Here was in a torso and one leg. And this is in our land because they were speaking our language. And people are delaying this movement, delaying our effort, delaying everything. When they see something working, they will come and destroy it. And nobody is calling anybody to order. They want us to shut up. While our men and women, this was a woman that was killed the other day. It's always women and children that get the brunt of it. It's the girl that will be raped. It's the woman that will be massacred. And we're saying we are sick of it.
There was a rape that went on. They were showing it as the Amala was raping that girl. I couldn't finish watching because this kind of the thing, I don't know. I couldn't finish watching it. They were raping this girl and two other guys held her. The other guy was like having a field day. And I'm like, okay, the guy we've been donating to his account all along to get these Fulani people out of our land. What has he been doing?
It
I've
is
been
sad.
raping our people.
Again, it's the women and the children. It's the women and the children that will always suffer the blunt of it. And we don't want to play games anymore. We don't want back and forth anymore. If God had given you the position to be where you are, use it to your best of your knowledge and help our people. Don't use it to the best of your account. Don't use it to the best of your intimidation. Don't use it to the best of destroying what other people are doing. So wherever you find your place, this is the time now to move because the job is almost done. Use your resources, use your effort to move this thing faster. Don't let it be about you. If we get this thing that we're looking for, we will come and worship you once a year. I hope that's enough.
Okay, so do we finish the explanation?
Go ahead, my sister.
You know, I believe that our viewers will understand why we are very passionate. Because like Sister Mona said, we are the women that give birth to these children going through all this. So we don't like it when men sit down and are playing power play. And then your brother does something, you're not able to say, this is my brother that did this, kudos to my brother. And then you go around praising the white man and doing all that nonsense. So it doesn't make sense to us because what that gives an idea, it gives us an idea that when we have our nation, this is how you play stupid play and we lose our freedom. So we're not taking it lightly with our men. And I pray that people that are watching understand why we are not taking it lightly. And if you look at what Augusta read in the section 8, America went ahead to say, we are doing this thing for our friends. If you don't like America, if you hate America, this is not for you.
Yeah.
Because that's America for you. America likes standing with the people that are their friends. And when you are the friend of America, you behave like America. America respects people's freedom, respect people's rights. They try to. That's what the target they're going towards. So you cannot be a friend of America and you're violating the rights of your people. America will not come and help you. So that's why they made it in section 8 for people to understand that if you are against America or against Americans, because you know you have American Igbos here. You have Igbos that are Americans, and you're sending threats to them. America said, we will not help you. In fact, you are our enemy and we'll come for you. Like Sister Ona said, all those threats and everything is being gathered. A lawyer has been hired.
Yes.
So if those are doing what they're doing, you better watch what you're doing because this thing is getting out of your hands. And in section 8, they also declared, they tried to say, these are the people that, when we say people on watch list, this is what we mean. And they defined it so that you don't miss up what they're saying. They gave the definition of the terms. So that when you say somebody is a nation on special watch, you understand. If you say somebody is an entity on a special watch, you understand. Because they know that there's some people are not nation yet. They are an organization. But they have become a threat to the peace of other people.
Exactly.
Coming for you.
Amen.
So they made that definition so that you don't get it twisted. Oh, they're coming to attack me. Oh, it's because I didn't know. They defined it ahead for you why they're coming. And you see in the section 8, they said that they have already integrated this thing in their diplomacy. So that the ambassadors and the head of missions of any of their embassies, they are already part of what is going on. So when they place, maybe you're an ambassador, American ambassador in a country that is being placed as a country of special concern, or a country that is in a special list, a watch list. You as an ambassador already know what to do. Your eyes are watching. You are the eye to America to get all the reports of these things happening. So he said those that are engaged in the violence or those that tolerate the violence, we know that Nigeria is inside. It's almost for them to mention Nigeria.
It's on the top list.
It's on the top list. Because all the things they categorized, 1 is Nigeria. 2, Nigeria. 3, Nigeria.
Nigeria.
4, Nigeria. Every list.
Said it all without mentioning their name, I know.
I'm telling you.
And you know that Nigeria was, last December 2019, Nigeria was on the special watch list.
Okay.
Now they have upgraded it to a country of special concern.
It's true.
You understand? So they have watched Nigeria. They're like, now they are concerned about that country. Go.
Mhm.
So if you feel that what you are doing, they are not watching. You know, like when tell our brothers, hey, US, so they are killing us. So UN, no, US, they saw it. They are the even one that posted it for you to see.
Exactly.
So you need to understand that they have seen it. They
Right.
know about it. So
They have a microscopic view of what's going on.
The monitoring spirits, they have it. They can view you from anywhere. So don't even go that route and start thinking that they are not seeing what you are doing. And if you're here calling out our people, telling them that Christians in Nigeria are, what is that thing that Supremo said? That if you're a Christian, you go to hellfire. You now start wondering, and you want to get freedom for our people.
You know the word hate is a hate word. You know the word hell.
Word. Exactly.
No, it's the word that you don't even say. Go ahead, please.
So Nigeria has moved, and they also know that Nigeria is hosting the very most dangerous terrorist groups, hosting Boko Haram.
Mm-hmm.
They are hosting Fulani herdsmen. They are hosting ISWAP. ISWAP is West African franchise of ISIS since 2014. So they know this. So that is why Nigeria moved from special watch list to country of special concern. Mm-hmm. Then the federal government of Nigeria and the security armed forces of Nigeria, that they are tolerating, colluding, and perpetuating all this religious violence. They know this. So if you think that US is not paying attention, no, they are. They already know this.
And it's not because of your noise making, by the way.
No, it's not who has time for your noise making is not even what they're listening.
It's annoying.
You're not even making noise, you are ranting. What you're doing is that you are cussing out our people.
That distracting
telling us that you are denigrating our people. You are bringing our people lower to the lowest esteem. You are trying to make them feel as if they are lesser than a human being. You are calling black people heel omen. You are trying to use Google interpretation of black, in certain ways. You are trying to tell that black people are demented, that they are this, they are that. Meanwhile, your own psych evaluation, I don't know where you would be able to put that. You understand? So they know this. So your shouting, your ranting didn't get this. Somebody walked through this, gave this explanation to the government, and the government saw it and endorsed it. This is somebody's recommendation. LNC, this recommendation. So they know all these things. So you cannot just come and start saying it's because you have been ranting. Or like when people ask you, when you took the glory for something you didn't do, you said you wrote United States. Now I wonder, which post office did you use to write? You wrote the White House. That was the actual word. I wrote the White House about religious persecution. And I'm like, which post office, delivered that letter? You don't lie about the things that are happening to our people. And also remember that in August and September of 2019, visitation and report of the UN Special Rapporteur on Nigeria, the extrajudicial killings in Nigeria, Nigeria's constitutional arrangement mean a pressure cooker for injustice, posing a grave danger to the global community. Fulani killers invading in the Middle Belt territories of Nigeria. They are still killing up to today. The other time they killed in Kaduna, they killed southern Kaduna, Christians in southern Kaduna. The killing has not abated, it hasn't stopped. It has not stopped. So they know this, they know this. And you saying that you are the one that made it possible, I don't understand it. And they also know that there's massive influx of these Fulani herdsmen in our territory.
They are saying all this, like you said, we show this map to our people that this is alliance. These people formed this alliance and they moved. In the videos you're seeing, moved to US, presented their case. US understood. It is not what one person did. they did it together. This thing, it looks like when, those that read Bible, when they say that the Red Sea has been parted. Those that read Bible, just like that journey, where we are now in their quest for freedom, is like when God parted the Red Sea and told the Israelites to pass through the Red Sea quietly. Some people decide to turn back and go and say, we want to fight Egypt. That's what it looks like. All these people ranting war, ranting all the evil they want to do, causing chaos and anarchy some here and there. The job has been finished. All you need to do is to package yourself very well so that you don't become a casualty. Like Sister Augusta said, when all these people were killing Christians in Middle Belt, America was monitoring. They saw, they know the truth. It's not from your renting. They sent their people in to get them direct information. So they know who is doing. You can't pretend. And that's why they sat down. Okay, you can see what Sister Augusta in section 5 in that executive order. They say that within 90 days, they want anybody that has anything to do in any foreign country. If you're going to stay more than 30 days in any foreign country, they want you to be trained. They want you to be trained on religious freedom for you to understand what religious freedom means. For you to understand the Americans' interest in promoting religious freedom. And you're going to be certified once every 3 years as a staff of American staff that is going abroad, as a diplomat, as an ambassador, whatever you're going to do outside America, and you're going to stay more than 30 days. They want you to receive a certification that you have been trained on religious freedom. How America is having as a top policy in their foreign policy, whatever they're doing. For you to understand it, and you will renew it every 3 years. That's to show you that everything, and they want all these things to be ready for all the officials to present them, the Secretary of State, all this information within 90 days. And the economic tool, like Sister Augusta read, they will use even economic tool to bring people to put governments to make them accountable for what they have done. In that economic, they said, for example, assistance, foreign assistance. If you're seeking foreign assistance from America, they will use it against you. Like we said, they want to check, do you uphold religious freedom? If you are asking for visa, which we have already seen, that they have already started banning Nigerians to get visa. They're already doing it. And they said, even those that, it's not only those that carried out violence against Christians, but corruption, that they will put all this, they will impose sanctions on the people that play this role. He said they will even block their properties, people that own properties, and they are involved in serious human rights abuse. He said they will block their money, they will block their properties. So it's a robust thing that America is doing. It's vast. People saw how they went ahead to go and arrest that man in Saudi Arabia. Where did they assault? Is it Up Daddy? What do you call it, that man?
Hush puppy or what? Nah.
You saw how we just slept, woke up, America moved. That is America for you. You will not know that there are eyes on you. You will not know that they are watching you. You will think you're doing, you are just making noise, shouting. They are watching you. One day you sleep and wake up, it's done.
Are you being handcuffs?
You be handcuffs. Because that's how America does what is doing. If for you, whether you are colluding or you're tolerating or you're promoting anything you're doing that is against religious freedom, America is on you. It's on you. And it's so important. There's a report that we just saw. I think they are beginning to circulate it. It says the report by United States Commission for International Religious Freedom.
Yes.
In which Nigeria has been sanctioned, but now they expressly mentioned IPOB.
Exactly.
This is now, this is not a joke.
It's not a joke.
They mention IPOB as an entity that is levying attacks on places of worship in Nigeria. Those that have seen that report is US reports. Go to page 2, paragraph 2 of that report. They mentioned IPOB. They did, and before America will go mentioning you, they have studied you.
Investigated you.
And they've investigated you and are still investigated. You see where this is going, because you need our people to understand. And that's why we say that this executive order, this International Religious Act of 1998 is like a two-edged sword. It's cutting front and back. You cannot say one thing and do another thing. You cannot say that Boko Haram is killing you and burning your churches, taking away your rights. Fulanis are doing this. Then you turn around and start killing your people. And you think that America will understand your passion? America will not understand your passion. You see, where America is going with this thing, this report that we just saw, is they will push, because this report, they will send it to all US governments, all their departments. They will send everything to their department that this is what it is. What they might do next, if care is not taken, is place IPOB as a foreign terrorist organization. Exactly.
Very soon. It's there.
And the implication, my people, this is not implication for, it's not a good implication for those living in US, especially. Because when you belong to an association or organization, and they place it on foreign terrorist, they declare it a foreign terrorist organization, your documents, your citizenship, your green card, everything might be revoked. Wow. It's not dangerous. We have found ourselves in a very precarious situation because of one man. And that's why it's so serious. This is not a laughing matter. It's not something that some people will call and say, oh, somebody called me, can't LNC team up with IPOB? Oh. I asked him, I said, did you do a little mathematics? He said, yeah, he's an engineer. I said, 5 plus minus 2, minus 7. 5 plus minus 7, what will he give you? He started laughing. I thought it's minus 2. That means you have reduced yourself to nothing. So people that are making that call, please stop that call. First of all, go and clean your house. Get IPOB to clean their acts. What they are doing is no more hidden. Videos are flying around everywhere where they kill women, beat women, bury some people alive, do all the things they are doing. It is not hidden anymore.
It's not hidden anymore.
And America has apparatus to look into every activity everywhere. They are seeing it. If you push America to declare IPOB as a terrorist organization, just like Boko Haram, it will not all go well.
Yeah.
It won't be okay. And as women, we don't want that. That's why we're telling people, please. Those that are calling, threatening people on Facebook, on social media, using certain words. The issue of our independence has gone beyond where it's not private business. This is not what you sleep and wake up and do it the way you want, if you like doing it. Everybody wants to talk. Everyone wants to make audio. Everyone wants to make video. They are picking all this information. And that's why America said, Nigeria is no more on special watch list.
It has
no special concern list. Now they are really concerned. Why are they concerned? If you blow up part of why they are, if you bring war into the space of Nigeria, 20 million refugees will be displaced. America is not ready to handle that.
I mean, 200 million.
200, my sister. 200 million. 200 million Nigerians. The last count, we don't know if there are more than 200.
There are more now.
That number of refugees, America is not ready to deal with it. So it's really something troubling America. It's something that America is like, we really need to look into this. It's a special concern issue. So it's not something you wake up and start calling for war. Then by the time America catches you, you say, oh, I was joking. I didn't mean it. I was not serious.
Can you imagine?
Calling for war is not a joke. It's not something you sleep and wake up and say, because they got me angry, I'm going to start war. Because where your right starts is where mine begins. We are all stakeholders in the nation we want to build. So you hear some people say, if you don't like what Nnamdi is doing, go and start up your own. No. No. The nation we are looking for, which I decide to call the land of the rising sun, until we get our name, until the people come together and decide this is what we want to answer peacefully. I term it the land of the rising sun, bringing so much hope to the world.
Whoa.
We are people of peace. We love people. We are people that are cultured. We respect our elders. We are not mad people. We are not people without brain. We are not people that are stupid. We are not people that don't respect women. In my culture, the Igbo culture, we are the first to write constitution all over the world. We are the first to allow women to go into politics. We are the first to allow women to go into business and own things. Women have their farms and men have their farms. There's a case in my family. It was a land that they said, they called the people. That land was there for some time. We didn't even know who owned it. It was near us. So eventually, we are like, what's happened? They had to go and call. It was my great-grandfather, the sister. She got married somewhere and didn't have a farming land. So my great-great-grandfather invited her to take that land and farm. So she continued to farm that land all the days of her life. And then she died. Do you know that nobody from my family touched that land? For generations, that land was left. It was when they said, I said, what's the owner of this land? As the story was told. They now have to go and call his great-great-grandchildren. Say, do you know that our great-great-grandfather gave this land to your great-great-grandmother? They now took that land, sold it, and shared it among themselves. That's how the Igbos honor their women.
Of course.
In our original culture, we honor our women.
We honor our women. We don't call them prostitutes. We don't.
No, if there's an issue in the family, when the woman now want to make a final decision and they cannot, they say, what did the woman say? When woman the daughters of the land come and speak, they say, final. The woman have spoken. It is final. Because the daughters of our land are wise women. They are not people that some people call prostitutes on the road. They are wise women. That's why all the tribes want to marry Igbo women. But it's not something that we're going to use to push down other tribes. No. It's something that gives us joy. Something that will say, wow. And we thank God for the wisdom. How will it be that now we cannot listen to our wives? We cannot listen to our daughters. We cannot listen to our mothers. Now we are beating them up, dragging them on the floor because we think we have over energy. Because you think you have too much power. Because you're taking wee-wee. You're taking Igbo. You're entering your head. Then you go around and beat your mother. America is coming for you. It's time up.
Time up. It's time up. It's time up. Thank you.
Thank you, Wachineke. Thank you so much. So we're ready for a phone call. Our number is +1 774 338 0942. You can call that number as a WhatsApp or as a phone. And the WhatsApp number is +1 281 634 7283. Please call and give us your 2 cents. Like we said, we are in dire need of all the help that we can get right now. So we don't need anyone being divisive with their words, saying all kinds of stuff. What we are looking is for words that will bring us together, because we are almost we're almost at the end of the tunnel. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And if we can stop being emotional, start being truthful. When your brother or your sister is wrong, you call them out. When they're not doing it right, you call them out and hold them accountable. By the time we know we are all holding each other accountable. And that accountability is what's going to keep us grounded. But when we are going wishy-washy, I don't want to offend this one, oh, he's my father and my savior. I don't want to do this one. Maybe. And then instead of things moving forward, all we do is to gossip in the background and make audio. Our people love to make audio. My goodness gracious, we are audio lovers. So let's do the right thing so that we don't do audio. Can we waste our time and do some constructive things and not use it because we are devastated by the things that we are seeing around us? And it doesn't have to be that way. If we have a group of people that are destroying what other people are doing, we need to call them to order. Caller, your name and where you're calling from.
To accept, press 1. Oh. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Caller, your name and where you're calling from. Hello, I know you're Malata.
Can you hear me?
Yes, but I'm hearing myself on your background. Yes. Go ahead, I can hear you. Hello?
Hello, you can hear me, right?
Yes, your name and where you're calling from, sir. Yes.
Yes, I was trying to get the volume down on the other phone. My name is Roy Chukwuemeka, and I am calling from Houston, Texas, Richmond, to be specific.
Awesome. What's your contribution today?
All right, thank you, my dear sisters. I have quickly 3 things to talk about. I'll be very quick so that I don't occupy the time for others to make their contribution. Number 1 is just like you just mentioned while you opened the line. I am very much appreciative of the way you 3 ladies have been able to, remain focused on the topic, and I urge you to continue in that line, to continue to be focused, and the focus should be on process and on the roadmap for self-determination. It should never ever be about individuals, or it should never be about certain persons. And in that line, I strongly recommend that if anybody calls and want to make a broadcast about somebody versus another person, or this person versus this person, I recommend that you let that caller go because it's going to distract and water down the message you ladies have. So this is not about individuals, it's about process, and it's about roadmap. Now, the second thing I want to say here quickly is about what I titled the 2 most important prerequisites for embarking on self-determination. The 2 most important prerequisites. That is, if you are starting a self-determination process, or if you are embarking on self-determination, there are 2 things you must do first. If you stick these 2 things, then every other thing you are doing is rubbish. What am I talking about? Number 1 is that you must have a footprint. Footprint is a big word. The common word for it is map. M-A-P, map. You must have a footprint of the area that you are contesting. The area that you say, look, this is the area I am looking for self-determination. You must have that map, and that map must be a drawn map that is accessible to anyone. It's something to be on paper or in a shape, in something drawn out. It is not something that will be presented verbally or using as allegorical a word like anywhere you see somebody tying 2 wrappers, that is the area in contention. No, you have to have something that will be presented, a map, a drawing. Now, the second prerequisite is, even if it is a monolithic footprint, even if it is a monolithic area, there has to be an evidence myself, an evidence in writing to show internal cohesion or agreement that the people within that footprint, the people within that area you are claiming, that they agreed to be in that very footprint or area. I'm even talking about a monolithic territorial area or geographic area. Now, the case is even more urgent, more important if it is a heterogeneous geographical entity. What do I mean by that? For instance, sorry?
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. For instance, the two comparisons I'm going to make here is the Southwest. The Southwest is principally monolithic. That is, it is one ethnic nationality, mainly the Yoruba. Now, if you look at the Lower Niger area, or let's even forget about the Lower Niger, the Middle Belt, the Middle Belt, where they call the Middle Belt. You have the Chief, you have the Domas, you have the Chukuls, they have the Beroms. There's so many of them. So they have to have an agreement, an evidence that they agreed to jointly coexist in that map that is being presented. Remember, I mentioned two prerequisites: the map and a written agreement. It is not enough to tell me that, oh, do you know the meaning of Ibibio? Ibibio means Ibunta, so they are with us. That is arrant nonsense. That is very unintelligent and I don't know how to put it. A very grotesque, way of assuring, internal cohesion. Somebody asks you, what about these other areas? The next thing is, do you know the meaning of Ibibio? Ibibio means Ibunta. So they are, that is, you cannot present that to the UN or anybody asking you about
international communities.
Now let's
yes.
go to the last one because the people are going to call in and I don't want to occupy time. The third point I want to make today is about the upcoming constitutional force majeure. I want to use this opportunity to let everybody know that we have got to that point now. Remember the MNN, the movement for no Nigeria, now that we have to let the cat out of the bag, so we are not afraid anymore. We used to call it MNN to avoid problem, but now it is, movement for new Nigeria. Now it is actually the movement for new Nigeria. They have come together, first of all, do things according to regional level or at regional level. They have accomplished that. Now they come to the point where together as an alliance territory, they are going to declare a constitutional force majeure, which means that they are these three regions, or rather the three blocks actually, but we call it the four regions, which are the Middle Belt, the Southwest, the Southeast, and the South-South. They have come together to declare a constitutional force majeure, which means that they are withdrawing their loyalty to and acceptance of the 1999 Constitution. That is what it is all about. Withdrawing their loyalty to and the acceptance of the 1999 Constitution. And this constitutional force majeure will precipitate, let me repeat the word again, this constitutional force majeure will precipitate the United Nations-backed referendum. It is not the one that people stand by the street and conduct or collect money, say they are conducting, and nothing happens. So this is going to precipitate, the constitutional force majeure will precipitate a United Nations-backed referendum. And what is the referendum all about? The referendum is about the ethnic nationality to express their willingness to commit to union or to opt out. In other words, this referendum will be a situation where the ethnic nationalities will be asked the question of, do you still want to be part of Nigeria or do you want to go out and be on your own? That is what it's all about. So And this is coming up. Let me reiterate before I leave, because I'm concluding now. The constitutional force majeure, it is not an organizational event. I repeat that. I like repeating words so that people think. The constitutional force majeure is not an organizational event. It is not an LNC event. It is a multi-regional action. Multi-regional. So for those who are, ignorant of this, it's better they know. LNC, by the way, is a multi-ethnic based self-determination collective. And that is why when you look at their structure, it's filled with people from other ethnic groups, not just one. Unlike some groups that I know, where from the supreme leader to the last man, they are all Igbos. But that is not the point I'm going now. Where I'm going is that the constitutional force majeure coming. It is a multi-regional action. It is not a group action. It's a multi-regional action. 2, it is going to involve withdrawing loyalty to an assessment of the 1999 Constitution. And 3, it will precipitate a UN-backed referendum for ethnic nationalities to recommit or act of the unity, or act of the union, rather. Thank you very much, my dear sister, and God bless you. I don't know if you have any question or you want me to make any further clarification.
No. Thank you so much. You are clear on your words, so there is no retracting. We thank you so much for that input. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, Mazen. This is what we are talking about. We need men with sense. And thank God for people that are still talking out of sensible, what is it called, background. Because we keep telling people that it's not being emotional. You cannot force anything to anyone. You cannot force the international community to do anything. And if you could, please go ahead by all means. But the truth of the matter is that you can. Most of you guys are hiding in a foreign country somewhere. If you say, send the back. So, and we're telling you guys that we have to follow some type of rule of law, because since we don't have, not enough money, enough resources to hide somewhere and concoct one big, massive event that will cost us to get our freedom, it will happen. But unfortunately, that's not how it works. And there's nothing on the ground. So the best thing is for us to follow that strategic protocols set by international communities for us to get where we're going. And our brother makes sense that once we get this constitutional force majeure, it will then precipitate what is it called? Referendum. Yeah. Call out your name and where you're calling from.
Hello.
Yes, call out your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening from here.
Good evening, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Chukwuemeka Mbozo from Italy.
Thank you, Chukwuemeka. What's your contribution today?
Yeah, I have some questions to ask before I proceed, perhaps if you permit me.
Go ahead.
Don't mind.
Go ahead.
Are you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay.
Phone one call. Hello.
Yeah.
My brother, we didn't hear you very well. Start all over, okay? You got a little cut off. Go ahead.
Okay. I said you read a paper, a documentation presented by NLC. You mentioned of 1699 that this project was going on, right?
Yeah, but that's not what we read today. You're referring to a previous program?
Yeah, no, I just to make a reference before I proceed.
Okay.
What we just read today, have you read about the United Nations executive order by Donald Trump? So, to your own perspective, the project of NLC is aligned with what we don't read today. As I understand, the NLC always asked them as to bring the Nigerian constitution down. As Tony Nadi always claimed that the people of Nigeria, that we don't know the constitution. So what we don't read today for people, do you think that thing will force like the United Nations to bring the Nigerian constitution down?
Okay, Sister, go ahead and address him. So he's asking that LNC's strategies for the 1999 Constitution to come down. And he's asking us that what we read today, is that going to bring the Constitution down? Brother, is that what you asked?
So how would this bring the Constitution down?
Yeah, I heard him. Let me go ahead and explain to him.
Okay, yeah, she heard you. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, first of all, the LNC does not belong to Tony Nadi. He's just a secretary to the organization. And LNC has a partner that LNC is working with. It's called the MNN Partners. And we have shown this flag severally to show the people working together, as an alliance. We told us that rather than the alliance, be on our own, like we were 1967 here, that we are not, we decided to team up with these people that were our enemies before. After all, we all belong to Nigeria. We all inside Nigeria. So if we are talking about breaking Nigeria, bringing down Nigeria, we must work in partnership with other parts of Nigeria. Then what we read today is executive order from the United States of America. That is, like we explained, what America will do in Nigeria and other countries that they place under the list of special watch or special concern. We're just saying that Nigeria is one of those nations that they have placed in their list of special concern, nations of special concern. Now,
but that's
the Constitution. Hello. Let me finish.
Brother, let her finish and then you can ask more, okay? Okay.
So bringing down the Constitution is something that we are doing for ourselves. It's not what UN will do for us. Nigeria is a sovereign state, and every nation recognizes Nigeria as a sovereign state. Mm-hmm. Whether you like it or you don't like it, that's the state of things. So bringing down the Constitution is something that the owners of Nigeria will do. And who are the owners of Nigeria? The people that have the sovereignty of Nigeria, the people of Nigeria. It's not National Assembly people, it's not a representative people, it's not the politicians, because all these people are working for the owners of Nigeria. Mm-hmm. So we, the people, are the owners of Nigeria. What Mr. Tony Nadi, LNC, MNN, what they have done is put back power in the hands of the people and then give them some legal counsel on what to do. Now, already, the Constitution is coming down. There are 3 sub-stages that they have done. First, to delegitimize that Constitution, to declare that the Constitution is fraudulent. That's the first legal thing you needed to do. And they have done that, and they're very close to that. Now, they didn't do it like something that an individual will go inside the house and do. No. Like we told you in this program, we told you that, first of all, they broke Nigeria into 4 federating blocks. It's not them that broke it. That's how it was before. This is how we got our independence. When we got our independence as a federation. Right. That means that federating blocks came together with their own individual constitutions and came and united and formed Federal Republic of Nigeria. So in bringing it down, you have to work with all those federating blocks. So these federating blocks went in their own place after Pronaco, which was done 2005, 2006. Those 2 years, 164 ethnic nationalities of Nigeria came together and said, this constitution is not working for us. We need to get a different formula to operate as a nation. Now, when they finished, they now told each federating bloc to go back to their region and do solemn assembly. 2015, the Lower Niger went and did their solemn assembly held in Port Harcourt. All the ethnic
Port Harcourt.
So 2015, they held their own and signed. You heard when the last caller said that what we are talking of is not what you just go into your room and cook something up. That the people will do it and sign, give you a document before you proceed. Then 2017 at Ibadan, the Yorubas, the Southwest, met and had their own solemn assembly. Then 2018 at Makurdi, Middle Belt came together and signed their own. What they did was to say that they do no longer accept the 1999 Constitution as a basis for the Union of Nigeria. That's the first step, and they have done that.
Okay.
Now,
should I go
that's
now?
So that's the first step of constitutional
Hold on,
policy.
Sister Ukwi.
What you have responded to
Yes,
me.
others are listening. So no, let me finish, please.
Sister Ukwi.
Others are listening.
Okay.
So that,
Okay.
so that's the first step.
Brother,
Hello, let me finish. You ask me,
brother, brother, brother for me, please. Yeah, brother, for me,
let me finish
please.
up.
Let her finish. She's already rounding up. Let her finish.
Yeah, there are three steps I mentioned. So the first one is the delegitimization. The second one is criminalization of the operators of that constitution, which they went to court and got and won the case that Nigeria is performing treason against the owners of the land. They won that case. That is to criminalize what Nigeria, the politicians are doing with Nigeria. They have already done that, and they won that case to say that Nigeria is the one doing treason against the people because they took our rights by force. That is treason. Then the next one is now to isolate any politician that is still operating that paper that they are using to enslave us. Whether the politician is from Middle Belt, is from South-South, is from Southeast, is from Southwest, we the people, we isolate them, say, you people are the ones enslaving us. Stay by your side. And that you know that the politicians are not up to 2%. Highest, they're not even up to 10%. So that's the phases. So we are now at the concluding phase. Okay, please ask any other question or comment. Thank you.
Okay, I get you, but I'm very, very in doubt what you said because it has to do with the people, as you said, and the people is not the executive arms only. It concerns even the common man in the street. It concerns to even the common man in the street. Here in Italy, 2 years ago, there's a politician, the prime minister was campaigning for constitution change, and within the House of Assembly, it was voted that they must conduct referendum within the eyes of the people. Now, first of all, in the parliament, it was voted and accepted to conduct a referendum. And this man vowed that if he fell on that referendum, he will resign. His name is Matteo Renzi, and he did that in it. So what happened? They conducted referendum within the people. So within what read just now and what you have just said has told me that the NLC don't have the number of the people it's talking about. You have to first of all educate the people first for them to know what you are doing. Not when you consult executive arms or within the community or within the people you congregate around you and decide to sign a paper. And say that people will come without the House of Assembly voting
Hello, you are misinforming the people. Hello, you are misinforming the people. You did not listen to me. I did not say that is executive arm that is doing anything. I said the people. That you are not aware of what has been done. Does not mean.
I know, I get what you said.
Can you catch other people are calling?
I have not seen people in the zoo.
I think she has done. She has done a good point of explaining things for you. She told you the people are in charge, and now you're saying is the executive arm that is she's talking about. So I don't know where the miscommunication came from, but I think she was pretty clear on how the processes that are how the processes have worked so far. So,
he didn't even listen.
No,
he has his mind already made up.
He had his mind already made up. He's coming from the screaming
It's
zone.
coming from, it's coming from that
point of ignorance. It's coming from point of ignorance. So, if you're not aware that something is happening, does not mean that that thing did not happen.
Right. The problem they're having is that they're thinking that crowd, Tony has to pull crowd. But that does not need crowd. that it has to pull crowd. You and I want freedom. So when it's time for referendum, we'll go for freedom. So Trinidad doesn't have to pull crowd. The way
Not
Nnamdi is
only
pulling
that,
crowd.
not only that, we have made a good attempt on explaining this to them, but they still, because they are insincere with what they're doing, they still find it difficult to understand. Caller, your name and where you're calling from. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, my sisters. My name is Chigozie. I'm calling from Ghana.
Ụtụtụ ọma nwa Chineke.
Yeah, ụtụtụ ọma. I was listening and everything. Even I learned more. I was following. I learned a lot of things, even what I never knew before. Like we are in a unit, 4-block unit. That explanation was very, very awesome. And I wonder why that guy will fall in from Italy and he's asking a reasonable question. Okay, he's saying you make the executive and you make some royal people. Yeah, even if we accepted that we make the executive, it's not all about a multitude of people flowing around. That is why if you check it in a multitude way, they will always be the same. Something that is being done that is useful and meaningful will be done by
in a strategic way. In a strategic way. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, by the people of understanding. It's not by this kind of person that is calling now. By the way he even speaks, you will know that he doesn't even understand what you are saying. He doesn't even
he got the topic today confused from what we are saying today, and he thought we are reading about LSC, this thing, whereas we are reading, the whole thing is very odd.
He's not following. He's not following. Do you know that many of the people that are commenting, they don't watch the show. They just come on the show, they just play the video, they stop, they go and comment.
Right.
Most of them is what they say. They don't watch because had it been somebody who will watch and listen to this, the person will be convinced that yes, this is about legislative, and we are not going to look at the map. Look at where we are at that 4-block. Look at where we are. Can you, if these people, if you bring enmity to these people, since you think that we don't have the LSC, don't have the kind of population you want to see. LSC is not about only Igbo, like our first caller said. Even from our first caller, from the explanations he made, it even convinced, you understand the things that is going on. So it's not all about people coming on social media exposing themselves, and the report is now out. So the report from the US concerning IPOB now is going to make most of people's life in danger and miserable too. Because like you say, many of them, their passport, many of them, their green card, if you indulge in something like a verbal attack, a threat, all those threats that people are threatening, people who don't understand them, non-national people are threatening people. If you bring all those threats together, it combines to be a terrorist act. So if we are telling them that it's not about terrorists, it's not about warning, it's about alliance, and this is beautiful.
Forming alliance.
They brought together to form this nation, and at the end they put a fraudulent constitution that is being hurt the people now. They want the federal unit. They want to go back to where they are. Very simple and easy. And somebody is coming here to ask you that the LSC, they don't have the majority, they don't have, because you thought it's social media something. Pastors, millions of people are following the pastors. If you go to their page, millions of people are following
branded people.
Pastor own them.
They have branded people. So
my sister, thank you very much. That explanation, I wish the explanation would be, you will keep repeating this explanation even for a month, that many people that haven't listened carefully will listen.
Right.
Because there is nothing else that can be done if it's not legislative means and procedures and alliance, making sure that the Yorubas are willing, they are already out. They have, when they brought that promoting, nobody knows. They brought it out. Even the Igbos were surprised. And now you see the Supreme Leader said he's going to join, he's going to give the Yoruba people 1 million people. He's going to give the Yoruba 1 million people. So he thinks he controls everywhere. That is why that guy comes here and he says the things like that. We we have intelligent people, we have reasonable people that know that have already observed. It's not about shouting, it's not about threatening. You are too little to threaten those people. Unless we come together, we can achieve a reasonable thing for our children. So
Right.
thank you, my sisters. I thank you very much.
Thank you much, Neka. Thank God that we still have people that can reason very well, because some of these freedom fighting group, they have reduced our people's brain to brain dead. It's not functioning. It's nothing makes sense to them. They think that being sentimental, oh, I forgot their online country, and terrorizing people and doing all these things, what will get them stuff. And then when you show them a strategic protocol on how to get there, they're not understanding it because they believe in the shouting we do it for them. The shout is the same constitution. We talk about bringing down constitution. It's the same American wonderful constitution that allowed the president to do what he did. The same constitution. So when you have, so in your destiny, it's your constitution that is holding you down. And we're telling you that without, if we get rid of this thing, that will get where we're going faster, sooner, because this thing is why you're calling Jubril. Jubril is attending meetings in France. He's going to UN, giving them updates. He was even on some type of Zoom meeting with the world leaders, giving them updates with coronavirus. He can't even speak English, but he's still representing you. Yeah, coronavirus. While you're here playing around, the man is around controlling, and we're telling you, let's follow the, because no matter, we keep telling you that contraption is a sovereign country. Nobody will come and break it down for you. That's why they will, instead of giving it to you, they know they are killing you. Your notice, so they will package UA or EU will package 30 billion and give them to fight coronavirus, knowing that they are corrupt. While you're on Facebook, online country, pretending and terrorizing your brothers and sisters because they're telling you the truth. They're telling you that what you're doing is not going to work, that you need to find a way. This is the right way. At least that makes logical sense. There is a pathway that they are following that makes sense. We're not going to random ibibionta, this and this. Something is in writing for us to move forward here. And for some reason, because you're deceitful, because you're dishonest, you're not understanding well. But we're not waiting for you because you're even hiding somewhere in another country. I am concerned about the people in my land that are suffering. The woman that was cut up into pieces yesterday wasn't your mother. So we are here to make sure you get it right. Sister, your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, my wonderful sister. I'm calling from USA, Philadelphia, to be precise. Awesome. That you are doing. I was listening. I listened from both the intelligence and both the ones that were trying to make it seem like it's all, game that we're playing. They acted as if they were confused. They didn't understand the strategy. They didn't understand the process, or they didn't understand the clarity that you guys have been trying to make clear. There is a say that when you're telling someone the truth, they will fight you.
Mm-hmm.
You're fighting somebody that is telling you the truth because you don't want the truth to be heard.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about comparison here. What we are telling you people is that the LNC has the strategy that our people can be set free. And in that strategy, we must unite. But some of you that are here thinking that, we have to have a lot of crowd, crowd that are following. But have you asked yourself, when it comes to even the crowd that is following, are they really aware of who they are following or the process that is being done? They are not aware.
They're not even allowed to ask questions.
They are frustrated and they are just, moving by emotions, which is definitely going to lead them to a brick wall. But we're here telling you people, this is the strategy. Understand this. Understand that this process has to be followed. Everything is clear. But some of you will come here, will, call in and act as if you don't know what is happening, or, trying to play around with your ego. But we have understood that, we have come to realize that most of our men have allowed their ego to overtake their sense of reasoning. And we can no longer wait for that. If not for the few men like, Tony Nade Ms. Hiranya, and few others that are using their brain to reason, you know. So, enough of all this, you know, you people trying to deviate us or making us feel as if we don't know where we are going to. This is a very clear and strategic road that we are going to, and we must unite with our people because we cannot do it alone. This is not about ranking or, you know, putting other people down. No, we must know that this is the right process, and it is clear. It has been clarified so many times. So I see no difficulty for anybody to understand this. I understand that most of our people, we don't like to read. So once you write something down, they will rather, you know, drop it and wait to listen to you. So those that know that our people love to listen, then they can rant, you know, for them, scream at them, yell at them, make some bogus statements, knowing fully well that that angle they are going to is not the right angle. But enough of that, because the truth is being told here. This is the truth. This is the alternative that we have. This is the alternative that we need, that will lead us to where we want to go to, if we want to tell ourselves the truth. So let's stop deceiving ourselves here, please.
Thank you, sister.
Once again, I thank you, my wonderful sisters, for your good job. And then let's keep it going. Thank you all.
Thank you, my sister. My dear, we don't have a choice. The lives of our children depend on it. We're not here trying to be your governor. We're not trying to be your president. We're not asking you to send us money to our account. We're telling you that you must do the right thing for my people to be safe. It's just that simple. So don't get it twisted. Call out your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, Mulachi, God bless you. God bless all of you. I hear what people are saying. But please don't be offended if I may ask a question. My question I want to ask is this. I know you before as an IPOB member, even one of the top members in America. Yeah? Please, can you quickly tell me why you leave IPOB to join Tony Media? Because I know you have before you have talked about Tony Media, you have talked aggressive. Why do you join him now? I want you to give me that question first before I talk another thing. And the woman that speaks last, that woman should be cautioned. If she doesn't know how to address properly, you don't know how to address properly.
Okay, my dear. Again, we are not running a terrorist organization. Everyone has the right to speak whatever they want. You don't get to tell someone they don't know how to speak. She did not use any curse words. She merely stated the fact. So I don't know why you offended. And this is what we are talking about. For this new nation that we're building, we are looking for people to have all kinds of different opinions. That's what you need to do, is to offer your superior opinion. You don't get to tell them they don't know how to talk.
I love you so much. I love you so much. That's why I made this thing. I didn't love you. I did not make this call. You haven't answered my question. I said, can you just tell me, why do you leave?
I answer that question.
Okay, go outside. My sister will answer you. Go ahead.
So we left IPOB because we realized that IPOB did not have a plan to restore any nation.
Okay, our brother is being belligerent. Sister, okay, please go ahead. He's not understanding.
Like we're saying, we realized that IPOB has no plan to restore our people, our nation. We were with them. We gave all, money, energy, anything, brain, any resources. The same thing with other people that have been calling. And you realize that the people that even started IPOB are no more with IPOB. The people, the original people that came together and said, we need to do this thing. By the time IPOB became a terrorist group, they had to move out. And that's how we also, when we discovered that their only plan is how to divide us and kill our people, conquer our people, make our people to be like goats and sheep, people that cannot reason. We said, no, this is not our idea of nation building. We came to offer our little resource, our little effort to what is going on. But when we realized that they have no plan to make our people strong, rather they want to weaken our people so that they can conquer them, we said, no, we are not playing this. And that's why we are no more with IPOB. Now, we looked for, is there anybody that has plan? Because from IPOB, we are asking them, where is your plan? They had none.
No.
So by the time we stumbled into the plan that Lower Niger has, which is something we show you people here all the time. If you go to their website, you see it. We saw timelines. We saw step by step. We saw everything that we have been asking the people we were with when we are asking them, and they will tell you they will kill you. If you ask questions, they say if you ask questions, we'll kill you. Who are you to ask questions? Don't ask Supremo question, because Supremo came from heaven. So I even had the audacity to tell us that Supremo hears directly from God.
Yeah.
Who are you to ask him questions?
Yeah.
So we told them, guys, we can't do this. We want somewhere that will work together and work with our people, form alliances with people that matter so that we can build our nation. But if people are building family for one man or company for one man, that's okay. You can do that. But we can do that. So we are doing what we want to do. So those are calling for crowd before somebody else will call again, asking for crowd. You see, LNC broke the work into percentages. This whole entire independence work into percentages. The first 75% of the work that needs to be done is to bring down the constitution, the fraudulent 1999 constitution. And that involves all these other things we are showing people: solemn assembly, informing the people, writing articles on understanding, memorandum, writing charter, getting all the people. It took them 6 years to get all the people in Lower Niger together. So all that is like 75%. Getting the constitution down is 75% of the work that needs to be done. Another 5% is what we call intra-regional cohesion. That means getting all the people in our region to go to work together and say, we need to come together. Since we have one common enemy, let's work together. That's 5% of the work. Another 5% is what we call inter-regional cohesion. That is getting the Middle Belt and the Yorubas, that's other victims of Fulanis, getting them to work together and say, we need to deliver ourselves from this cage. That's another 5%. Another 5% is what we call international imperative. That is where US is coming in, where UN is coming in. For those that are calling UN and say, oh, you think UN will give us nation? You think it's not UN giving you nation? What UN, US, and all the other international stakeholders, what they will do is just 5% of the work that needs to be done. Then another 5% is what we call mobilization for referendum. So all the place that you're talking about getting crowd, is only 5% of the work. And that is just to go and vote, to make the people aware. And I'm telling you, my people already are aware that they are tired of Nigeria and want to leave. So they want the day to be announced and they will go and vote. That is 5%. The last 5% is what we call transition. Transiting from the present government to the new government, the new system. So we have a transitional government that will supervise the referendum, supervise the asset division and liability division, all that. This is structured. This is blueprint. This is timeline. If you say you're getting us freedom, show us your own structure.
Yeah, it should tell us where his Supremo has the structure. That some people are so emotional.
Point of the matter is that they want to reduce our show to talking about their Supremo. Every time we come up here, go and watch our previous show. I have told you that's why we left IPOB. I even wrote a public letter on Facebook to tell you guys that was before he went on air and did whatever he did. We've already left. We are the mothers of the land, and we cannot sit where evil is commencing and we are pretending. I'm not Uchemefo. Neither am I going to run into my car and panic, and then when Supremo asks me, I will retract my word and say it didn't happen. These people are not for my people. That's all I can tell you. They are not. We gave it all. We gave our credit card. We gave our time. We gave our resources. We gave our intellect. We gave it all. All they are doing is called franchise. Franchisement, that's what they're doing. Collecting money from people and doing nothing. When they see what works, they will break it down. And for the God of life, don't ask me about your Supremo anymore. The point of the matter is that, like I said, let them continue to deceive those that they will deceive. But me, the mother, the one that gets pregnant for 9 months and delivers children, I will not be part of evil plan against my people. Neither would I be a part of group whose only strategy is like, Fulani will kill them, And whatever that is left, then Biafra will come.
One thing they have to realize is that
that is the plan.
In 2017, IPOB was tagged the global rogue Biafran franchise. So they should know that. It's already been tagged a rogue franchise. IPOB is a one-man's business. Nnamdi Kanu and his family, they're the one enjoying this thing. IPOB is an LLC, and I don't know why he had to use the indigenous peoples of Biafra. He should have used the indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu so that we'll know the difference, because that is exactly what it is. It's a global franchise. It has, it has brainwashed our people to the extent they cannot reason anymore. So they have to understand that. And very soon, it is going to be termed as a terrorist group. So if you don't start retracing your steps, start denouncing everything about IPOB, you are going to be termed a terrorist. You coming to insult us, cause us out. Why did she leave IPOB? If something is not working, don't you walk away?
Hello?
If something is not right, don't you walk away? Where's your brain?
It's a place that you're not allowed to ask questions. A place that you come up with an idea, they will blow it and go and call you a saboteur. A place that he have consistently been shown with all our people that when you bring good things that will help our people, they will throw you away, call you baby saboteur, say you're trying to steal their struggle, you're trying to be the head of the struggle, and we're saying we are so done with that nonsense. I'm blackmailing. But you cannot blackmail us. You cannot do that.
No, we blackmail those that he can blackmail now, and that's why they arrested our brothers and other people, kill some people.
A place where he is called a supreme leader. Nobody, look, United States don't want to deal with anybody that bears supreme leader.
You know what? I forgot to mention this again, since a lot of them are listening. Again, we have hired a lawyer. We are going to declare any freedom fighting punk going around and terrorizing our people. Send us your audio, send us your video. A lot of them are looking for papers overseas. Before they know their name will be on a terrorist list. Plane, I got go 1B or plane 1B, you find yourself now Shimole market. So you guys better stop this nonsense. Stop this nonsense of terrorizing our people, calling people name. You better stop it. Better go and whoever that taught you this, know that you're coming for your downfall. Because guess what? That money that we are giving to you guys before, every month, irrelevant things, we have gathered it and handed it to a lawyer. So very soon, very soon, send us your videos. You have our email. Send it by email. You can send it by WhatsApp. You can send it by regular phone. However way you want to do it, send it. We are collecting information. We are collecting information on any terrorist activities. Even on Facebook, if they call you name, you can report them and they will block their account. When so many people report them, they will not have an account. They're going to have to open up another one. So don't let these people terrorize you. Don't let it, if you are brain dead, I'm not brain dead. I have to be alert and awake because the lives of my children depend on getting this thing right. Don't you get that? Can't you appreciate? Oh, I forgot you're a man. You can appreciate that. Again, we are not going to let this continue to happen. These shenanigans that you guys are playing around thinking you can intimidate someone. We are no longer part of IPOB. We are part of the truth. Neither are we saying we are part of LNC. We are showing what LNC is doing because it makes sense for our people. Nobody owns us. If you have something that makes sense for our people, bring it on. Bring it on so we can read up on it. That's what you need to do. Call out, bring your strategy so we can know what you're coming from, and then we'll present it to our people. Call out your name and where you're calling from.
Oh, my name is Chukuma. I'm calling from Germany.
Chukuma Okoye, good evening. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. I'm from Chukuma, everyone in Germany. I'm like him, but I'm not talking you because you won't have the North on the mother. I need no one of these. It's not one I got a buffer and a Tonya Manka, open of free flower kind in that. Open on ye, name me Amorocos, and you do not know for the head. Don't another person may follow from the beginning, not the one so bad. You know, what they won't follow, and that for my dear Nihon. Mana iputa na media bido kowo no meri henina abure afunya se short man and now no we bido kokwa na follow kwa ihe ọ na-eme alike nyamna kai we nata aka onwere onye wu terrorist na ala Igbo
And when we find a terrorist, that is as much that una met we find their out that if you want to know metanga or where can you when I am terrorists.
Okay. That's the problem. So you can, sir, that is the problem. You can advise us. Our sisters are sending us videos of what these people are doing to them. And we have complained for them to get it right. They are not. Do you want your mother to be beaten up and head broken open with a knife? My brother, don't even go there because you guys will become Jesus Christ of Nazareth. And we're telling people the reason why we are doing this is that background that these things must be stopped, and it has not been stopped. And I don't want my sisters to be next. So go and cancel them. Go and cancel those people that you're defending and tell them to get it right. That's what you need to do. Go and cancel them. Tell them to get it right. Do not terrorize our people. We are willing to take, because this is the as of last result. We have warned you guys over and over again. If you don't stop calling people names and going back and forth and terrorizing people at home, you will be declared terrorist group. If you want it to stop, let your madness stop today, and we will end it. But if your madness does not stop, and our sisters and children are still reporting to us, guess what? You guys got home in an uncomfortable situation. So this is the last warning.
And honestly, it's even kind of too late because a report has already come out. Our brother did not listen to our show. This thing is not us calling names. A report has come out by United States of America.
Exactly.
A group they call United States Commission for International Religious Freedom. They have already expressed their concern, their displeasure with the activities of IPOB. And we're just informing us. So we are not calling names. It's not something you say, God forbid, over my dead body. It's not me. I'm not a terrorist. No, it's not what we're saying. We are saying that they are getting reports. And they have enough reports because the reports are not coming from us yet. We are still planning our own because we need to protect ourselves. People have even gone ahead of us. Okay, somebody said something.
No, go ahead.
I mean, the report is here already. If the one I can read it out is a very, very short report.
Next show, we might read the report.
We might read the entire report. But
they understand.
By United States, not us.
We are not here. It's not us yet. It's not calling names. This is not calling names.
We are not even giving them our own report.
We have not even come. We have not come yet. They have already gone.
It's investigation.
We have a caller. Call your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Chukwemeka Ikun. I'm calling from Senegal.
Welcome.
Okay. I've been following your program since today. I've been following your program concerning about what Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB. What is the problem over what Nnamdi Kanu is doing? People are saying that Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist. He's terrorizing our country. Then I want to ask you people one question. I want to ask you people one question that is doing that thing where they're trying to divide out this struggle. People are criminal. I want to ask you people one question.
There you go again. Here is one of them. This is what they do. They call people names. Guess what? You will be termed a terrorist organization. If you cannot learn to listen to your brothers and sisters, get ready to do. This is just beginning. If you okay from madness soon, I guess soon we are. While we are getting our nation, because we are not going to wait till we get there to find out that we have a bunch of terrorists as our brothers and sisters. That's not going to happen.
And that's what we're saying. You see, they are not getting it. We are not the one telling you. You have been declared as an entity of special concern. Your name, IPOB, has entered American list of entity of special concern. The next move they're going to make is to declare you a terrorist organization. This is not us. So better start sharpening, because this is you're doing, you're confirming their suspicion. They are seeing the threats you're making. They are seeing the shouting. You're not behaving civil. And they said it in the executive order that any entity that is not civil and attacking others based on their religious beliefs
Mm-hmm.
will be on their list of special watch.
Their Lily Liver deputy actually came on air and
Yes.
talked about the religious persecution, of which he didn't. He was just trying to cover up. The guy is actually complicit in everything that has happened.
Yes.
He's part and parcel of everything that has happened, because severally he has been told of how IPOB, whether by conjunction or whatever, has been threatening our people back at home. Later, he now retracted what he said. But he doesn't know that the real video has already come out. Everybody has seen it. It's been shared all over. So whatever he tries to do, no matter what he has to do to paint himself clear, cannot happen. And he is also seeking his asylum in London. I'm sure as an asylum seeker, they found out that he's part of a supposed or an about to be announced terrorist group. He will lose his stay in London.
Call out your name and where you're calling from. Call out your name and where you're calling from. Hello? 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 Okay. So this person's phone is not working. The point that we're trying to make, this is what happens every Saturday. We come up here to present a show for you guys to receive sense and start to think in a logical manner. You guys will start, the same group of people will start first. They will start with them calling on the page, and then they will have the audacity to call online to start asking about what we did not talk about. They will never mention anything that we discussed about our topic. It's always about their supremo and how this and how this. And I'm telling you guys, we will not be terrorized. If you want to terrorize me, Ezrum came, because some of you think you will terrorize me, I will get my lawyer to deal with you guys accordingly. Thank God for dollars and cents. Thank God. Call out your name and where you're calling from.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, caller, yes.
Yes, I'm very sorry, please. I need to apologize. It's me again. I was the first caller that ever called on this program. I didn't want to come back, but when I saw the direction the program was going, I had to call back. Remember how I started? That when you open up your line, you try to stay focused and don't allow people to make this program somebody else versus somebody else, or this organization versus this organization. I quite agree with the fact that at least you need to let people open, say their opinion. But once somebody starts, the first sentence, the second sentence, you will know the direction that person is going, and then you terminate or you continue.
Very good idea.
This program will be ordered, because right now nobody is talking about the executive order that you people read. Nobody is talking about the roadmap. Nobody is talking about constitutional force majority.
Because things that make sense doesn't make sense to them. It's only propaganda and terrorism that makes sense to them. Things that are logical does not make sense to them. They don't understand it.
Yes. Nobody, no caller is calling you, apart from the person that called from Ghana, and our sister Abalan, no other person is saying anything related to what is being discussed today. The last caller that you cut off was saying he's been watching your program, you were talking about somebody. Meanwhile, your program today was on the executive order. It has nothing to do with an individual. But this person called and already, make the whole thing look like you ladies are talking about an individual. And that's why I said, please,
that's even
when you take a call, listen to what the person is saying. The first sentence, the second, like especially the way I try to understand where people are going. Whenever somebody calls, says, "Okay, I thank you. I've been listening to you. I've been following you." Then you see, you now go into tirades and distractions. So when that person starts going, immediately the person goes into that. Call that person out. Let's take another call.
Thank you, brother. That's a good idea. Advice we're taking. Thank you. I know, because this is even when we're in the other group, they will never call you to talk about what they want to thank God for your life and our sister, you will live to see Biafra. They will never mention what you talked about. Never,
because
ever.
there's nothing in their brain. The brain is empty.
You will have a topic here, they will deviate from what you're talking about and go something else. We are done with that. You guys should continue. Have you ever seen me on you guys' broadcast? Coming to, you think I don't have data to come and listen and harass you guys? Please stay on your lane. We are here, like our disclaimer said, is for people that are not brain dead. That if you are the brain dead, this show is not for you. If you do not believe in the truth, this show is not for you. What part of that don't you understand? What part of it that you don't understand?
Terrorists will not understand that.
Oh yeah, I forgot. The terrorists will not understand because they think it's their right to terrorize others.
Yes,
we have moved past that stage. You know, we are talking about collective effort of all the people that are stuck in that contraption. All the indigenous people that are stuck in that contraption that understand what we need to move on. That is not about calling other people's name and pulling other people down. That because we are in this contraption with ourselves, that we need to work together to extricate ourselves. And some people think it's all about manipulation and this and this. We don't have to follow your strategy. Continue with your strategy. If you get there before we do, good luck on your side. They
can't even continue anymore because they will soon declare them global terrorists. So it's not even about encouraging them to continue. Continue with what? There's nothing there to continue.
My dear, they like madness now.
At this
point, they can continue with the madness.
Before we are telling them that, but now it's dangerous for them to continue what they're doing because by the time they declare them terrorists, it will affect what we are doing. So that they can't even continue anymore. They need to stop. They need to stop their nonsense. They need to stop their madness and get a plan and keep themselves busy with. Is there a caller we have?
No, my dear, it's the same group of people calling back and forth. The same
so we can't take calls from terrorists.
No, this show is not for terrorist organizations.
And you're not going to discuss the issue we raised. The topic we said is about the executive order, and we read it and explained it to you. Last week, we talked about the implication of that order. We explained all these things for you. What we expect you to do is call us and ask us questions on what we have presented. If you start saying something else, we will cut you. And no apologies. We do not render apologies.
Call out your name and where you're calling from. Please, we are trying to stay focused on the topic at hand. If you do not have any contribution towards the topic, please go ahead and hang up. We are not here to discuss the other group. We are here to discuss the topic and as well as the LNC information that we have been providing all along. So call out your name and where you're calling from.
Evening from where I'm calling. My name is Justice Ekakure, and I'm calling from Belgium. Thank you very much, ladies. I want to thank you all, three of you, for what you do. I listen to a lot of groups, on social media. Of course, we all want.
It's not audible. Can he raise his voice?
It's not audible. Sir, hold on.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Hold on. Let me make sure my volume is max. For some reason, it's not. Okay. All right. Try again.
Good.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was saying I listen to a lot of groups on social media. Of course, we all have one interest, which is, the interest at hand is Nigeria. We don't like the way things are done. Okay, I would be honest. I started listening to you guys. This is the second time. Last week was the first time. I heard about a certain name on a certain page. I wouldn't mention names, okay? Just to be very to save myself and save some people. I heard some names on some pages, and then I searched for the name just to get the narrative of the person, and then I saw your, and so I started listening to you guys last week. And when I listened to you guys, after about 20 minutes, I had to tag a friend of mine, and then I said, hey, dude, come listen to these very strategic people. I think you need to listen to them. Okay, having said that, this is the reason why I'm calling. I think the information you bring to us, your listeners, is very, very, very vital. to allow for distraction. I'm sorry, I'm going to mention distraction. I know you said I should talk about NLC and the strategy and the plan, but I think you have beautiful information. Personally, I'm not an Igbo man, okay? However you define being Igbo, I'm from Edo State. I'm from the land of Igodo, okay? But we are all interested in disintegrating Nigeria. And I see myself as a Biafran. A lot of other people see themselves as Biafrans as well, okay? Considering the fact that I grew up in Asaba and all of that, I have an Igbo name to myself. But what I'm calling to say is, your information that you give is very strategic and very important. I'm going to base my analysis on the Hagastran Innovation Diffusion Model, which stipulates that innovation trickles down from a source, the source which is you people now, to what we call the early majority, which is most of us who are listening to you and learning what you are giving to us, things we didn't hear from other platforms. We might be few for now, but with consistency, it trickles down to what we call the majority, and then to the late majority, and then to the laggards. The laggards are those who never hear about it. They are not even concerned about what you're saying. They just want to emphasize on their points, okay? So what I'm saying is, please, your information is too vital and too important not to be talked about. Please keep giving this to us. Keep giving this to us. The more you say it, the more we know it, the more we invite people who would run along with the vision. I'm not for any group, okay? I am for disintegration of Nigeria. The way Nigeria has been run for decades, we don't like it, okay? I've been listening to other groups way back when I was in Nigeria. Okay, I started listening to them from 2013, and then I traveled, and then I started listening to other groups until eventually I found your group last week. Okay, the reason why I found your group was because a certain name, again, I'm going to say again, I'm not going to mention the name, a certain name was mentioned, was criticized, and then I said, okay, let me go check out this guy on Facebook and listen to him to see why they criticize him so much. And then while I was on his page, I saw Daughters of Truth, and then I listened. It was not a live broadcast, okay? I listened to like the replay of your stuff last week. Like, man, this kind of thing they happen. So my answer is, you are doing a very beautiful job. I don't know where you've been, okay? Today I heard from you people that, okay, you were part of a certain group before you left. That's not my business. That one no concern me. The information you are giving is very beautiful. It's very, very beautiful. Please, we should stay on that. Whoever doesn't like it, well, people have their opinions. We must not all like the same thing. But the truth is, what you are giving, I've not heard it anywhere. One thing is consistent in all the groups. People jump in and they start insulting people, they insult tribe. I've seen it here, I've seen it in several other groups where I listen to broadcasts, okay? Like I said, I wouldn't call names just for myself, to protect myself and to protect people. But I listen to a whole lot of people. And the only constant thing there is people just start spraying and attacking tribes, insulting people's mothers and calling people prostitutes and calling tribe useless people. A lot of them don't listen. They're just excited with seeing visuals, and then they type, okay? That's consistent in it here as well. They just insult people. And then every other information is the same. It just goes round and round and round and round. But with you people, it's absolutely different. I'm a strategist, okay? I don't want to start blowing my tops with what I read in university and all of that. But I know a lot about strategy. I know a lot about planning. I know a lot about map making. My first degree, I read geography and regional planning, and then I went ahead to read strategy and planning and strategic planning and all of that. So what you are doing, even I have a degree in advocacy planning. What you do, the information you give is too beautiful to allow people distract you. Please, I beg you, my sisters. I know it won't be easy. I know, I understand how you feel. But please, like the caller before me, I think it was the first caller, and then he called before I called, like he said, you are humans. I know when people say these things, you know, you get emotional and all that. But from the first, second word, third word, the full sentence, second sentence, you can tell where they're going. Don't join issues with them. You can just, there are ways to terminate these calls. You can blame it on the network or something. But for those of us who don't take side with ABC group, XYZ group, we want information. We want to see what is being done. I want to go back to the new country.
Yes, Lord.
To invest.
Yes.
And say, okay, this is my home.
Yes.
I'm married to a white woman. I have a white child, a mixed child, who has never been to Nigeria, okay, because I don't consider Nigeria my home. I don't want that.
Right.
That is not what I want. I want to be able to go back to my country and say, yes, this is my land. There's a part you said, for now, I think it was it Sister Augusta who said that, or Monachi, where you said, for now, you called, no, I think it was Sister Ekwi, that you call the country the land of the rising sun. Until the people have a name, I was like, oh my God.
Yes.
Who are these people? See the way they are thinking. This is beautiful. Yes. These are the things I want to hear. Not somebody imposing any will on you. You don't impose on people. Everybody, it's a system. We all have different parts to play. I think last week you emphasized on the fact that let everybody, you know, let everybody.
We finally got a listener, y'all. We finally got a listener. And it's because of someone like you that we must continue. Because of someone like you.
My dear sisters, please don't be distracted.
Thank you.
I have a lot of enemies right now after this call. I don't care. To be honest, when I started calling myself Biafran many years ago, my own people started calling me their enemy. So if my own people my people don't disown me, well, I don't care about other people disowning me. So please keep the beautiful work. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. I'm going to hang up and let other people call. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother. God bless you. This is what we are talking about. Thank God there are still men like this in our land. Yes, we kept asking, where are the reasonable men? Where are the people that understand? Look at him, the same concept. Wherever they go, they harass people. Do you realize they intentionally come on this show every day to derail what we're doing? To track it to something else that is not the topic. And we've seen a brother that can listen line to line to line. He will mention what was said and how it was said. And because of people like this, we mothers will continue to fight for our land. Because we're not going to allow some distraction, some group of terrorists or whatever they call themselves to be describing what we're doing. We want the best. We are the mothers. Who else want the best for their children? Who else? Is it the freedom fighter that is collecting it from money? Or who else will want the best for their children? Who else? How dare you come on air and be distracting what we are doing? How dare you? We are telling you that we need to go home. You're hiding somewhere in Italy, in some other person's land, probably picking tomatoes or whatever you're doing there. And we're telling you that we need our children, the engineers, to come out and do the engineering work. We need the scientists to come out and develop the vaccines. We need the children to come up and do the innovative things. And you're here wasting our time with outbursts. And then when you see something that is strategic, that will make sense, you will intentionally come and distract it. Do you see what's wrong with the black brain of a black man?
We will not like them. We will not even like them. We know that there are some that are intelligent. And for those intelligent ones, this morning I prayed. I said, God, wherever these intelligent ones are, locate them for us. Let them begin to come because we need them.
We need them.
America was not built by 20 million people.
No.
The few people went and built it, and then others now came. In the same way, the nation we are building, we are not looking for multitude of sheep and goats. We are looking for the intelligent and the ones that can listen to what we're saying.
Yes, caller, your name and where you're calling from. We have to round up the show. Yes, caller, your name and where. where you're calling from.
I'm from River State.
Oh, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I want to understand that. Explain that executive order for me. I want to understand that executive order.
So what we will do, because we have spent all day, just go ahead and watch our video again, because we read it line by line and made some comments, okay? We've been on air for almost 2.5 hours, so we cannot explain it for you right now. But if you go and listen to the...
One or two words in that executive order.
Right. So, and this is what we're talking about. Go ahead and watch the video and understand where we're going. We cannot go back and forth on things that we are doing. We have another sister on the line.
You can call next week with his
yeah.
answer. You watch. You can call next week.
So yeah, call next week with an answer after you watch. At least we know that you're watching. Okay, so that's what you need to do. Sister, please, your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, good afternoon, my beautiful sisters. You guys are wonderful. I just admire your smartness. So the last caller, not the last caller, the caller before this one, I don't even know what the last one said, but that caller from, I believe, Edo, it is the reason why we must continue doing things.
Brilliant. Yes.
Okay, so I'm just like putting, adding to what he said. So those touts, when they call, please, as soon as you hear what they're about to say, just, disconnect, no apologies, okay?
Right.
And they're all there, writing all kinds of stuff, even validating their
terrorist activities.
Calling for you will die. That's the reason why they attack the terrorists. Because when you're threatening somebody, that means you want that person to die. What else you have to say? Okay, they are right here on another person's platform, broadcast, writing stuff. Why? So if they call you terrorists, is it a mistake? No, it's based on what you're saying, what you're doing. When they stop, that name will now, terrorists said nobody will tag them terrorists, but because they continue to terrorize people based on people, exercising their own opinions. What is the problem? We live in a free world. God created us and put everybody, has the right to think the way they want to think, believe whatever they want to believe, hug what they want to hug or whatever. But if you tell me I can't think for myself, I have to think based on what somebody else is, tells me to think. That's wrong. And nobody should stop me from, thinking for myself. All these people writing all this nonsense here, some of them are just like, are you serious? Now they cannot groom them for this. They are leader. So this is not why this platform is here. So this platform, the topic here is we need to follow a strategic plan. Any group, bring your plan. If we look at it and it's something that makes sense, we will support you. Why is it so difficult to understand? It's so simple, very simple. We are not for no group. We are for all group. Pueri said what? I'm not for you, but I'm for.
We are not for terrorist group. We are not for terrorists.
Yes,
I'm the right people. We are not for you.
We are here for our freedom. If any group is doing what is right, all women, we will support you.
Absolutely.
But if you're not doing what is right, we will call you out. And if you don't like it, it's your problem. Okay? Listen or just keep doing what you're doing. But to call you out, you must be called out. Okay? Nobody is above mistake. And everybody should, if you're a leader, but your temperament is just, like you always throwing tantrum, like a 2-year-old. Okay? Who's going to follow you? People with brains will not follow you. Okay? Because it's quite obvious that you're still a child that needs to be groomed. Okay? So, we are here for the freedom of our people, of the oppressed. We are all oppressed.
The voice for the voiceless.
support anybody with the right plan. As of now, the only person with that plan is Tony Nadi. There's no two ways if and but about it. It's not about popularity. It's not about majority. It's about quality of what has been done and the plan. So strategy is what we are all here for. Every indigenous group or indigenous people in the southeastern Nigeria, they have the right to autonomous right to follow join any group they want to join. You can force them. It's not by identifying, letting them know how you. No, they have to make that decision. So you have to work together. Find a way to work together for now. Until then, let them decide who they want to go with. Not by tying wrapper the way we tie it, the way we make our soup, or the way we swallow our fufu, or whatnot. It doesn't make sense. So let's be reasonable for once.
And my sister, our show is really for the reasonable people.
And we must support him. Until then, that's who we are working with, and that's who we are supporting. We are promoting. It's for our best interest, collective best interest. It's not about people that have an anger issue that needs to go and for anger management to come on and be throwing tantrum, find a way to revenge and get back to their enemies, in the name of freedom fighting. No, we must call that out. We must not support that. We must stand for the truth, call out what is wrong. The truth is bitter, but it must be told. So I thank you, my sisters, and continue the good job.
Thank you, sister. Thank you so much. I mean, you're right. I guess I have to do a better job of not reacting to these people, because this is intentional on their part to show up here every Saturday to derail what we're doing. And like all the callers, thank you so much for your advice. For every call that comes in that is not about our topic, you will be dislodged. It's just that simple. We don't really, not that it's okay to thank us, but really give us your feedback, your comments or whatever, so that we can move forward. We are not here to be entertainers of emotional breakdown people. That's not what we're here to do. And we have a disclaimer. If you're an adult, if your brain does not work right, well, be you an engineer, be you the Lord of Lords. If you cannot understand common sense, this show is not for you. And people will disrespect that and still come on here to say whatever they need to say. Caller, you're the last caller, your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is David Dionyi. I'm calling from Portugal.
Good day.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Your comments.
Yes, Mama. I want to appreciate everything you guys are doing there. But I just want to have one thing to chip in. I believe that, like you said, like if I had you very well, you used to be IPOB. I am not an IPOB anyway, but I love freedom. I want to ask this question. If your union, I understand LNC, yes, that is that of Tony Nadia. I've also heard about Tony Nadia, and I tried to listen to his way, his plans and what he is wanting to do with us and Nigeria. Like someone has said already, that Nigeria, we know very well. I have a family here too. I've been living here for the past 17 years, and I've been working. I have an education in the north, and I know what it took me to be able to have this time in the north. We are never one people, and so you see why people follow Nnamdi Kanu as much as they can is because Nnamdi Kanu came out publicly. You saw how he was intimidated, how he was insulted, how he was in prison. All those things make him where he is today. And so if your own side, if Tony Nnadi and all of you together, we also, make up your mind and come out boldly enough. Because everybody is tired. Everybody is sick and tired. I have these children. I went with them to Nigeria almost 5 good times. They only love to stay in the villa. They don't like Lagos. They don't like Jos. They don't like anywhere you go. It's like hell. One time my wife said that, Nigeria is a hell. I say, please don't say that, because you are writing in the inside of it. So if you say it's a hell, that means you are already in hell. So this kind of a thing, and you look back, you see, you don't blame her for what is happening there. It's not a place for human inhabitation. That place is,
no, it's not. No, it's not.
So you cannot say no to that.
Right.
So what?
No, I say right. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say in effect is, you see, I see that even the three of you there, you are pained. You are really pained from the way you talk, the way you even also attack, because you say two people cannot be crazy at the same time. If you are saying that IPOB, they are crazy or they are like this, and then you are replying in same form again, it's like you are going to still do the same thing that they are doing. So I mean, you have to, if you say that it shouldn't be, when you talk about IPOB, you should not be talking about all of them, because there are some innocent people like Simon Epa. I listen
Sorry, excuse me, sir. I have to come in now, because you are derailing what we're saying. This is not about IPOB.
Sir,
We're not carrying. Hold on, please, because we don't have time to. Excuse me, I have to come in.
Go ahead.
Sorry, please.
Go ahead.
We are not, it's not about you coming to paint IPOB that you're not even a member. To us, you're derailing our discussion, and we have said it. If you call us and you want to paint IPOB or paint Nnamdi Kanu or whatever, we will cut you. We will not listen to you. No apologies. Because you can't tell us where we have been. You are not even a member. You did not join. You're only hearing the noise, the sound. Then I will told you, the first thing you will do, assignment, we are giving you assignment. Go and ask IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu what is their plan. We presented our own plan to you and the strategies. And that's what we're discussing on this platform. So if you want to do us good, please go and meet them. Find out what it is. If you want to join, join. So that when they declare terrorist organization, you will be part of it. So you now join, understand them. Then you can bring your own plan. We compare it with what we're doing. That's a meaningful way to approach this. Please do not come to advise us from your point of ignorance.
Say that again.
Don't listen to that. Do not. We will not listen to it. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. Our people find it very difficult to listen just to a simple instruction. It's amazing how we say that we do not want to deviate from what we are talking about. They go extra effort. They even dance around it. Yes. And thank you and dance around it to come. And we're saying it's okay. If you want to follow your supremo, it's okay. Stay on your lane. But if you are terrorizing my people and my people are contacting me because they know I used to be on the other side, they're asking me for help, I will help my people. I will not need any command and control from you to tell me to help my people. It's my dollar and my cents. I have hired a lawyer that anyone that terrorizes my people should forward me the information so that we will handle it accordingly. It's just that simple. If you guys cannot appreciate that, that's too bad. Like my sister said, you do not get to advise us from a place of ignorance. We have studied these two groups. We've been to the other side, Moro, Martin Luther King. I've been to the mountain. And there's no mountain, it's a ground. As a matter of fact, it's a swimming pool that will drown you if you don't know how to swim.
Yes, ground of Shinketa.
Please don't get it twisted. Stay on focus. Like our goal is to reach our brother that we just called us from, he said Germany. Where did the brother call from? Those are the people that we are looking for, our young men. These are the people, not people who go around, people that are brain dead, that are traumatized by Biafran war. They don't know how to tell the truth anymore. People that went to British educated school. They know how to speak English so fluently, but their brain is dead. Those are not the ones that we're looking for. We're looking for people like us. People that understand what the issues are, both before Biafran war, during Biafran war, after Biafran war, and also at the current time. We are not confused about where we are going. We've read up. We have read up as Black people. All of us here, 3 of us that you're seeing, we have, if we begin to mention our degree, you guys will go and jump somewhere else. We have it, 2 masters, 2 doctors, we have all of them. But we're not here to share all of that. We are here to make sure that people understand what we need to get where we're going and get there fast. Can you guys appreciate that? We are talking about strategies. You're talking about protocol, and you're talking about emergency outburst. What do they have in common?
Nothing. Absolutely
nothing. You have a map to follow. Strategy, line by line. We're telling you that we have formed the alliance with those that matter. We keep saying these things, that we need to form strategic alliance with those that matter. And you guys are not there. You think those that matter, that are miscreants online, that are harassing their brothers and sisters because they have divergent opinion? Please. The good news for you guys is that we are here to stay. It must be done right. Who not talk rela? It must be done right.
Absolutely.
We are holding you guys in a passport that your brain will begin to work. We are insisting that you do the right thing and you do it fast. No amount of threat, no amount of intimidation, no amount of, so the more you intimidate me, the more my lawyer will have more evidence.
Exactly.
To finish up the job that America has started. Thank God. I didn't even know. Do you see how the spirit works? Exactly. As we are receiving this information, we didn't even know America is doing their own investigation. That sooner and later now, this my lawyer may not even have to work hard to prove the case.
I'm telling you, there's more.
Why wouldn't I be thanking my God? No wonder my name is Mona Jim Saga. What a prophetic name. As I'm planning to save my people from people claiming to be doing freedom fighting, the US is also looking at them. Hallelujah. Because Obim Docha, Obim de Dum na Chineke na ma ihe ọ ga-emere m at a particular time.
That is true. That is so true. That's so true.
We are so done with this show today. Thank you guys for joining us, and join us once again next week. We don't know where the Spirit will lead us, but we are going home to the land of the rising sun, like my sister said. When the time comes, our people will come together and give you the most wonderful name, prophetic name that God will want it to be, not what some random group insists that it becomes. We know the importance of land of the rising sun. I want to be at the rise of the rising sun, land of the rising sun. I want to partake in all these blessings and in all these glories, but I will not get there through terrorist activities. Like my sister said again, when we come to our land, we're going to come up majestically, not to come in as criminals, because we are not.
We're not. So
those of you practicing criminal activities, doing all manner of stuff, like our brother said, everywhere you go, the same group of people, all they're doing is terrorizing people, either with their words, in Biafra land, because they have access, they're terrorizing with action, dealing with our people. You don't get to call me and tell me don't do this. If you begin to see that brother that called, if I begin to show you the pictures of what these people are doing to our brothers and sisters, you yourself will use your money to declare them terrorist activities. And when these are mothers that they're doing this to, people that came up with their hearts because they know their children are suffering. They have sold their last wrapper to send their children to college and they cannot get a job. They are truly, truly looking for freedom. They are not getting any money from it. They are not traveling all over the world from it. They are not riding first class plane from it. All they wanted is just like we mothers came out. We gave it all to see that these things come to pass. And people that are gaining from the system wants it to remain the same. Why they are using noise to confuse you and make you think work is going. What is work without results? If you are there screaming from morning to night and I'm quiet doing something else, why would I want to join you in your madness?
Exactly.
There's nothing confusing about this at all. So thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next week. Again, our show is for those that want to receive sense. Our show is for those that want some strategic plan. People that understand that in order for you to do anything in this world, it's not by reading Bible or singing hallelujah or fasting and prayer, that you must put a strategy in place to get where you're going. It's just that simple. It's not a record scientist. It's just what makes sense. Emotion is not going to get it for you. It's you even writing things down and putting it in place, and you will get to your destination before you know it, because these are the things, these are the building blocks that you need to get to your destination. So you put your first building block number 1, building block number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the 10, you arrive at your destination. What part of that don't you guys understand? By the way, if you don't understand, it's okay. Stay in your lane. Don't come up to other people's platform to terrorize them or derail them from what they're doing or confuse their viewers as what the topic is all about. Every weekend we come here to talk about something that is important to our people. Some will come and try to change it about their aimless screaming party going on. That's not what we're here for. We want to do what works. And if you believe that you have the strategy that can help us get there, bring it to us. Make sense. That's all you have to do. Don't terrorize us. Don't terrorize other people. Bring your strategy. If you are there working and you have done stuff, say and then we'll talk on it. Okay?
I won't let you terrorize us.
Yeah. Even when you tell them the show is done, they keep calling. All right. Thank you, our people. We love you guys. We will do better. One thing we have is humility. Hopefully, I will have a better control on not letting these people derail what I'm trying to do. Because I'm not here to control you guys. I'm here to reason with you guys so we can get where we're going. We don't terrorize our people. So we'll continue to do better. We'll continue to know how to handle these enemies. But guess what? As they continue, they will make it easy for America to make their case pretty soon. Let them not change. I ain't hearing advice. Mr. and Mrs. Agent. Mr. and Mrs. Agent, your eardrum will burst very soon. Do the right thing. That's all we're asking you guys. Do the right thing. Retrace your steps. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.